This is my first time vlogging in a place that's public with all these people around. But once I get to the other end of it, I feel a lot better and just like more happy and free. Get off track a little bit, just go for it again, it'll all be okay. All right, it is almost 6:30 a.m. It's on my vacation day. I am about to go to New Orleans. First, I gotta get in my run. I've been trying to run 1 mile every morning. So I gotta say that one of the reasons I do this is not only just for the exercise, but I also, you know, it's pretty cold in the morning. Usually it's like 54 degrees, which to me is pretty cold. You know, I'm taking some inspiration from the people taking cold showers and trying to do something just uncomfortable in the morning. If you conquer it for the morning, early in the day, it's like you already got a win in the morning and it makes the rest of the day a lot easier. And another thing, so I always try to do it shirtless now, which I didn't used to do, but I used to just be really afraid to take my shirt off. So that's like also another element of the discomfort that I've gotten used to. All right, I'm back. So my time for that 1 mile is 7 minutes and 48 seconds. I'm not gonna break any land speed records, but that is faster than I usually run and faster than I could run. Like, if I think all the way back to when I was in middle school, I remember being really overweight, and during PE class, they make us run around the gym for 60 seconds at the beginning of the class, and I couldn't even do that. So I feel like I've actually come a long way. All right, and I gotta say that the line is actually much longer than I thought it was gonna be. So I am probably gonna miss my flight, but we'll see what happens. All right, so I somehow actually made it, and I also managed to actually pick up my water on the way. It's about a 4-hour flight, so I want to make sure that I don't die of thirst. The flight attendant was really nice enough to kind of rearrange some of the bags so that I could actually get mine on. So not only made it on time, but I got all my bags, which is great. All right, I have finally arrived. So I'm doing double duty today. I'm actually also filming another video on blockchain, and there's a part of it that I actually want to film in the airport here, so I'm gonna go do that. All right, so I'm done. I filmed everything I wanted to film. I would say today is also a little bit of the day of comfort challenges. This is my first time vlogging in a place that's public with all these people around, and when I thought about doing it this morning, I got very nervous. It's like, are people gonna be looking at me? You know, what's gonna be happening? And I don't know. Like, I think people are probably like, what's going on? But I'm concentrating on filming this video, so if anything is happening, I'm not noticing. It's one of those things where it's like, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, did it really actually fall? So my friends actually already landed, and they're probably like, where is Josh? I've been just sitting here in the airport, like filming and editing videos. So I think it is finally time to be done for the day and go and meet them. Not gonna lie, it's pretty nice. It's the Ritz-Carlton here. We got a pretty good deal in it. You can believe it or not, this hotel has a vending machine for Prosecco. All right, so I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty nice. So we get this amazing view from the window, which is pretty awesome. Of course, very thankful to be able to stay in a place like this. All right, so day 2, I'm getting started with another run. And it is a lot hotter out here. It's usually like mid-50s in San Francisco in the morning, and here I think it's like 80 something. So I don't have to worry about it being too cold. Man, I'm just not used to this heat though. So I just had a little snack with my friends. I realized I had forgotten to bring my SD card, so I just went to Walgreens here and bought one. One thing though is that it is so hot here. It is like 90 degrees, which is way higher than I'm used to. In San Francisco, I feel like it only ever gets up to like the mid 70s max. And so you can already see the sweat starting to pour down me. There's a little bit of sweat here. We're gonna be walking around all day, so it'll be interesting to see just how drenched I get before the day is over. right, and it's literally like I've been left behind by my friends. I stepped out just to go get this SD card, and they started walking, and I'm like following their location on the Find Me app on iPhone, but haven't caught up to them yet. I just saw some people across the street with an umbrella walking around. I feel like that's what I need right now. I'm like getting pretty drenched. All right, and I think I'm supposed to cross this bridge. They said they're going to Crescent Park. I think this is the right bridge. Is this where I'm supposed to go? There's some like people biking around or something in here. Okay, so they weren't there, but I just called them. They said that they are straight ahead. Let's see. Luckily, we're like near the water right now, so it is a little bit windier, and I'm getting a little bit of relief from the heat. All right, I can actually see them, or I just saw them. They're straight ahead, so at least I'm gonna finally find them. Thank you. Yeah, this is a lot prettier, I think. So this is a nice little path, but I just decided it's too hot, so yeah, we'll see. Okay, now you're on it. There you go. All right, so I'm not actually drinking, but I got this really fancy looking sparkling water. This is the most intimidating looking can of sparkling water I've ever seen. You can revive the day. There is an IPA branch down there. Cheers. The big thing today was that I had brunch with some friends, and we got into a big conversation around drinking. And as I hinted earlier in the vlog, at least at the moment, I am not drinking, and really haven't been for the majority of this year. And I'm gonna make another video that goes more into depth on this, but the whole conversation was essentially around how in the US there is such a big drinking culture, so that if you are a non-drinker, you're actually the weird one out. And they were asking me all sorts of questions around like, oh, you know, if I'm going on a date with someone, do I feel like I have to disclose that I am a non-drinker? Almost as if I'm disclosing some really serious thing like I'm a gambler or I have HIV or something like that. And basically what it comes down to, I think, is that there's just a lot of societal pressure to drink. And I think it goes back to a lot of what I've been talking about during this video around just how there is just pressure to do a lot of stuff, and that people are really worried about what people will think about them, and that it really limits people from doing what they want to in life or not doing things that they don't want to. And so I have been really trying to confront this in my own life, and I might make another video on this topic as well, but just I think that what has often held me back and made me just feel anxious and almost just like insecure is this idea that I need to please a bunch of people. And I found that the more and more that I just like put myself out there, do what I actually want, it's always like really uncomfortable at first, like things like even doing this vlog. But once I get to the other end of it, I feel a lot better and just like more happy and free. And then, you know, the other thing I realized is that all of these attempts to like please other people, control what other people think about you, it's all futile. Because if my just act of not drinking can cause like all this potential heartache in people, then it's just like, is it even possible to win that battle? So for now, I'm gonna continue down this path and see where it takes me. What's up for today specifically is that I'm going to the World War II Museum. I'm trying to get more into history. So I'm actually here, let's go check it out. It is freezing in here, so I did this a little bit more unconventional. I decided to go to the gift shop first, and I bought this World War II hoodie just so that I could actually make it through the museum and not freeze my ass off. So I'm here in the exhibit for D-Day and Operation Overlord. And you know, World War II is not something that I actually know a lot about. Part of why I'm coming to this museum is to learn more. I don't even remember the basics of like when it started, when it ended, some of the major milestones. And that makes it kind of hard to actually process what all was going on in here. There was one analogy for learning that I've always heard about around kind of a tree trunk of knowledge, where you basically start with the tree trunks, strong foundation of what's actually happening. And then once you have that solid foundation, you can like layer on other information and other details, and it'll just make it a lot easier to absorb. I don't know that I have that tree trunk of knowledge yet for World War II, but I'm trying to develop it, and hopefully this visit will help. Why is it that I'm getting so interested in history? Well, part of it is just that idea that, hey, history repeats itself, and so I figure that there could be some wisdom in history that I may not know about. And part of it is just the idea that, you know, I used to think that history was boring, that thing that they made you learn in school, but the more I look into it, the more that I think like, hey, it's actually pretty interesting. It's, you know, I read a lot of fiction books, but often the real world and what actually happened is the most interesting of all. So I just spent 2 hours there, and unfortunately that was not nearly enough time. So now I feel like I have a little bit better of an understanding of the entire thing, and I want to learn more. So if you are a fan of World War II or just history in general, feel free to recommend me some books or movies in the comments below. All right, it's the final day. I'm gonna get in one last morning run. All right, I just finished and feeling much better about myself. You know, the last couple days I let myself go a little bit, didn't run yesterday, ate quite a bit yesterday at the dinner, but I'm really trying to embrace the concept lately of just begin again, get off track a little bit, just go for it again, it'll all be okay. All right, and I am back for day 2 of the museum. I was a little bit nervous about filming here in the museum, but I just got stopped by one of the museum employees and he said, hey, you got a production going? He actually seemed pretty interested and thought it was pretty amusing. Just a nice final ending to the visit today. All right, and I am back home. Got to finish my laundry so I can go to work tomorrow. But I gotta say, it was only a 4-day vacation, but it was a good one. Hope that you found that video somewhat entertaining or useful, that maybe encouraged you to push outside your comfort zone a little bit and or learn about history. If you like this video, hit the like button, which will help others find it, and subscribe for more. All right, peace.